New question, the member for Lambton-Kent-Middlesex.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Premier, your statement that the host fee formula for a new Toronto casino will be the same as all other municipalities has been directly and repeatedly contradicted by the OLG. Premier, for 5 days you told us there was no special deal. Just a few minutes ago, and after your repeated denials, the OLG has announced that they will be redoing the host fee formula to be fair to all municipalities. Premier, clearly there was a special deal and you got caught. My question to you today is straightforward. Who is calling the shots in this province? Is it the Premier or is it the OLG and the international casinos? And will you simply admit that your government offered a secret deal to only the City of Toronto?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Sit down, please. Premier.
I had asked the OLG representatives to come in today, Paul Godfrey and Lord Phillips, Mr. Speaker. I had asked for that meeting to be set up, Mr. Speaker. I gave clear instruction to OLG that the formula for hosting fees has to be the same for all municipalities and that there will be no special deals, Mr. Speaker. OLG has agreed to go back and review the formula based on those principles. The principles of equal treatment and fairness will govern the formula going forward, Mr. Speaker. That is my consistent position. That has always been my position, and OLG is in agreement with that, Mr. Speaker. I called that meeting. I asked them to come in. I've given them clear direction, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and back to the Premier. Like every other Premier under the Liberal banner, you got caught in this mess. Premier, for the past 5 days, you have strongly denied that there was ever a secret deal offered to the City of Toronto, but you have refused to release the formula being used to calculate the hosting fees being promised. And you have failed to answer even simple questions about how the $50 to $100 million number ever came about. Shockingly, despite nearly 2 months passing since your Liberal coronation, you are only now just getting around to meeting with the heads of the OLG to seek clarity on this important file. Today, we heard that the OLG is immediately reviewing the host formula to ensure it is fair to every municipality in this province. Clearly, there was a secret deal only being offered to your hometown. Premier, do you actually believe that a new Toronto casino will bring more profits in the entire Las Vegas Strip? And will you now admit that there was a secret deal to the City of Toronto?
Mr. Speaker, I've been very clear on a number of things from long before I was the Premier, Mr. Speaker. As the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, I was very clear in my very early meetings with the OLG that I expected that there would be a fair process across the province. And you can have a conversation with Mr. Godfrey, and he will remind you of he will tell you about the first meetings I had with them. Having a fair process across the province, making sure that municipalities could decide whether or where they wanted a casino. That has been my position from the beginning, Mr. Speaker. I asked for a meeting with OLG. I've made it clear that what my understanding that there would be a fair process across the province, that it would be applied evenly, the same formula would be applied evenly across the province. That has been my position. OLG is now crystal clear that that is my position, Mr. Speaker. They've gone back to review that formula and make sure that it is so, Mr. Speaker.